Today, we're going to be talking about the Sony ZV-E10 and why I think this is the best budget camera for videography. I'm also going to show you my setup and how I actually use this in the real world. All right, the first reason why I love this camera is the price. Right now, you can actually get this camera used for under $800, which is mind-blowing considering that the Sony ZV-E1, which is a point and shoot, is literally almost the same price point. So if you were to ask my opinion, I would actually go and pick out the ZV-E10 versus the ZV-E1 for the next reason, because number two would be the interchangeable lenses. This is an APS-C camera with interchangeable lenses, meaning you can adapt other lenses with a Sony EF mount, which has a wide variety of really affordable APS-C lenses. You can even adapt this Sigma 18-35 1.8 lens, which is a beast of a lens. It's pretty much legendary. The only thing you would need is a Sigma adapter, and then you can put this amazing cinema lens on this APS-C body. Here is the example of the 18-35 Sigma adapted to the ZV-E10. As you can see, the blurry background that everybody loves to gush about. This is great for portraits and product photography to isolate your subject, and just a really great lens and a great combination. Another reason why I like this camera is because of its size. It's very portable, and the camera doesn't actually bring a lot of attention to itself. I can have the option to rig it up or keep it low profile. And to me, portable means I'm gonna bring it with me and I'm actually gonna use it. And you know what they say, the best camera you have is the one that you actually use and that's on you. And so for me, having the camera portable is one of those boxes that I have to check. Another reason why I love this camera is the 4K is amazing. We're actually shooting with the camera right now. We're not really going to get into codecs and specs. It really is just a visual thing for me. If it looks good, then it's awesome. All right, here are a few things I don't like about the camera. I think the digital stabilization could be better. I often find myself being very mindful when I handhold the camera because I'm not a fan of the stabilization. Most of the time, I keep the camera like this, locked off, and I don't really use it handheld. All right, here's an example of the digital stabilization. I'm just walking around. I am on a wide angle lens, so it is a little bit more forgiving. Here's an example of the digital stabilization as well as its internal mic. I'm probably about 6 inches away from the mic, so how does it sound? Let's go back into the house. One other thing I think could be improved is the screen, especially when you're outside. It's very hard to see, and that was some of the issues I had with some of the older Sonys. The screen brightness isn't great. Coming from iPhones and Canon, the screens are really awesome. They're also touch screens, which I know, again, in the newer ZV models, they're touch screen, and I think they fixed the screen issue, and I think they're a lot brighter. All right, right now, I actually want to show you what I use this camera for. All right, 99% of the time, I use it with this 10-20 f4 Sony lens, and I have a small rig cage. Then I use one of these little Manfrotto type quick release that I'll mount onto the cage with my Siri fluid head, and this is how I am shooting my podcast. So if you're looking for something vertical and portable, this is the setup you want. Then the second way I'd be using this is using the Bluetooth wireless control from Sony, and I actually have it paired with the ZV-E10. Then I can have a more sort of vlog style setup. I don't really use it like a vlog, but I like having this little handle because it's super easy to articulate back and forth, and I have a record button feature. So like most of the time I place it on the ground like this, and then I'm able to tilt back and forth. And I just have a really super easy portable setup. I love the fact that you could stop and record, and you can also control the zoom right here. And if you're into photos, you can actually take a photo. Other than that, I think this is a perfect camera for beginners, or if you are a professional like me on a budget, hands down, one of the best cameras out there. You're gonna see a ton of reviews talking about how great this camera is. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you've used this camera. What are your thoughts on it and what could be improved? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you in the next video.